Alright, welcome to Kahito's Cryptid Cave. Today we are doing a mail opening, which is going to be very exciting. We know that there was some shipping issues and everything with Cryptid Camp, but it went from a single man operation into using a distributor, and there was an issue with the distributor. And as soon, once we brought it up to Cryptid Camp, so we were kind of waiting. We're like, okay, let's see what happens, We were waiting to see how it went and everything, and then it started being brought up a little bit, and Cryptid Camp's like, oh no, and they fixed it. They got the shipping out. Once they heard about it, they took care of it the next Monday. So they did a really fantastic job. Those of us that have been here for a minute, we know that Cryptid Camp's going to deliver, and no pun intended on the delivery issue. But it was funny because once they found out about it, they're like, oh man, we gotta get out there and we gotta take care of that, because they're trying to use a distributor or distributions. They're using something. You gotta be careful with these packages, because I have the addresses and stuff on them. But we're gonna do a little pre-hunt before we hunt, if you know what I mean. And you'll know what I'm talking about throughout this video. There are a couple things I want to talk about. There's been some big changes. I think the biggest change, more than anything, is that Bailey's back. And we've all been talking about how, Bailey's the hype man. Bailey's the guy that, what it is he's the most extroverted. So he's the guy that will, draw in crowds, draw in attention. And it didn't help that on top of that, we are kind of in a lull because it's right after the holiday season. Everyone's getting back to work, school. There was a delay in the monthly packs because of the distribution thing, and it just kind of ended up putting us all in a big lull. That being said, shipping has continued. Shipping has resumed, if you will. And it also didn't help that we had a really nasty snowstorm and stuff, and that also put things behind. But all in all, I'm just glad that it seems like everything's back on track now. Get that label out of here so we have the box. We don't have to worry about where it's at. They're starting to show some sneak peeks. We will toss some up. When I go to edit this video, I'll actually throw a couple pictures up throughout the video. They have new play mats for the next round of Kickstarter, which I'm super stoked for. We did pick up a couple decks. I have one more on the way. That being said, I currently have none sealed. None of the Mothman. I can only find the Mothman La Llorona decks. Looking on eBay and everything, there's none of the Bigfoot Nessies. There's just these, and it's all coming from one seller. So, but I'm doing a little serial hunt. I got one more coming, so right now I think this makes my 9th and 10th decks opening, or 12th, 3rd, I don't know. I've opened a few decks. And it's a serial hunt. Now that we know that they're not reprinting the original Kickstarter, I'm anxious. I'm trying to complete it. Trying to get everything I can. Plus, there's still a couple of cards out of these, specifically companions, specifically Bigfoot and Mothman. I have multiples of others. I have 3 or 4 Kurans, let's say, but I can't get a Bigfoot. So we're going to go through these packs. We're going to see if we can pull anything out of there. We do have some exciting news on the channel too. So the day I'm filming this, tomorrow my CGC order is coming in, and that has my one of cards in it. That's neat. Look at that. Look how dark that is. All right. Anyway, it does have my one of one in it, and some other really cool cards. I sent the more rare stuff to CGC because I don't know how I feel with PSA right now. I want to see how things go. I do have a 35 card submission with PSA, so we're going to see how that goes. And we've got our Delta, Obsidian Lantern, we have the Gugwi, Infrit Jin, we have Insurrection Mary, Archaeological Dig, Crystal Ball, we have the Dingbat, we have Over the Storm, and I did it right, okay. So it is 2 to the front. Alright, this might be our last pack that we open if I can't pick up any more decks. Like I said, I am on a serial hunt, but I'm not going that crazy into it. If I can pick them up for a reasonable price, I'll go for it. Alright, we got Mountains, Quartz Lantern, we got Over the Storm, Dendera Light, we got the Huan Cat. Not sure, it's not, I can't tell if it's a print line or not because it doesn't seem to go down the whole way. There's like a little line down there. Alright, we got the Fiji Mermaid, we got the Dingbat, got the Hungry Ghost, we got the Aviator Reverse Hollow. I think there's one or two I still need to reverse hollows of. So anyway, not too shabby. Got really lucky the last time getting a borderless card into our Cryptid Camp order. Now, because of the delay, Cryptid Camp's always good at like trying to make things right. So they understand that there's, you know, when there's issues, people want to be happy. So they added an extra something in there. We don't know exactly what. And in this box, let's see. Oh, 3 wise men. Okay, so we got the wise men. I did pick up one more Yuletide cheer, but this is for my sealed collection because I have not been able to keep them sealed. Got the Cryptid Camp sticker, the Mothman sticker, and we got a anniversary envelope. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the anniversary envelope. Try and keep it. Hopefully, we're going to do it this way so we don't see what's in it. So we got a tree bag and a jackalope. Alrighty. And we are going to open up 5 packs of the 3 wise men. Now keep in mind that when it comes to these monthly packs, because of the shipping issue, there's the 3 wise men, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're getting them in February, so like you know, we go serial hunting. Right now, there's not an opportunity to be like, oh man, we didn't get any, we're going to pick up more because of the delay. And we got the Candy Golem, February's monthly promo. We got them on the way too. So let's go ahead and dig into these 5 and see if we can get our serial hunt done early. We're also going to look at the gameplay ability of this card because this card is actually quite insane. The 3 wise men. Unique memory of Balthazar and Gaspar and Melchior, Magus CZOs. Alright. I tried to adjust this camera so it's more focused here, and we'll get into that in a minute. Draw 1, then draw 1 from the bottom of the deck, then choose a supply in your discard and put it into your hand. If your companion zone is empty, you may put the CZO there instead of discarding it. While this CZO is in your companion zone, this part's important. You may look at the top card of your deck before drawing at the start of your day. Either put the card back on top of your deck or at the bottom of the deck, and continue your draw. That gives us almost an extra draw per turn because you get to choose which card you want out of the 2. You may only play a single CZO during your camp phase. We all know this. Alrighty. So that's pretty awesome. I think that getting into more of the gameplay aspect is important, especially when we want to see gameplay evolve over time, you know. Now these ones only come, from what I understand, they only come in full hollow. Tell you what, though, that's too that the centering is off to the kick to the right, or yeah, the picture's kicked to the right, so it's thicker on the left side. Alrighty, we got 2 more left. Now these monthly promo cards are good, and they're really fun when you look at, first off, I love the gem ones. I've always said that the gem cards with them being great for gameplay, because anyone can use them, is awesome. So back to the camera setup. I was having too much showing, like I'm trying to focus mostly on the play mats in my work area here. And like I said, I bought this GoPro, and it came with, like, I don't know, selfie stick thingy, the thing that people do to look silly when they're walking. But I'm using it as a stand, and it came with a little tripod on the bottom, but it's not very big tripod, so you can't articulate the arm. But then I remembered I have these bean bags from when my dad made me the Walking Dead cornhole game. So I'm like, well, let's use those bean bags. There's weights on the bottom, so it's getting us more focused onto where our work area is. But yeah, other than that, it looks like Cryptid Camp is getting ready to come out of its shell for 2026. There's going to be some interesting stuff. I know I'm looking forward to, in March, going to the Loveland Frogman Festival, because I believe that Cryptid Camp is going to have a presence there. And I already took that weekend off because we were all supposed to go, and then my daughter has her musical that weekend. I verified with her. I'm like, hey, are you going to be mad if I go there? And she's like, no, I kind of still want to cancel the musical, but I'm like, you can't do that. You already made an obligation. So actually, before we go, let's open 5 more Wise Men, since it's our first video in a minute. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's 5 more. Now, the candy golem, the February one, is the last one for the 2152. We also learned, 76 out of 100 serialized. Gorgeous. Alrighty, well, I'm glad that we decided to add a couple extra into this video, huh? But they're looking, let's see. We are also told that after the Pamperpalooza, that we were going to, the mini sets were going to be on pause for a little bit. Which, love the mini sets, but if we're going to focus on the big sets, like the big set, I'm cool with that too, because it costs money to get into every single set. So I'm glad if we're going to take a little pause on the mini sets. That being said, don't get me wrong, they've been a blast. I'm looking forward to Pamperpalooza being available for sale. It does suck that it's going to be a little bit after. We're not going to get it until after Valentine's Day unless you pre-ordered. But it is what it is. I mean, last pack. Alrighty. So, yes, we have more focus after the Pamperpalooza. I really hope I'm using the right word for that. But after Pamperpalooza, we're going to be slowing down, I guess, on mini sets, which is nice. I mean, these are great, gorgeous. Boxes are fantastic. Love the sets. Love completing the sets. But if we're going to be going into, I think it's a smart decision, because if we're going to be going into the next Kickstarter, financially speaking, from a company standpoint, I don't want people to spend all their money on this and then not be able to buy the next product. So if they're going to take a pause on the mini sets after Pamperpalooza and then go into the Kickstarter, which last we knew was also going to have the SCP set in it, that sounds a-okay to me. So anywho, that's going to be it for today. This is our big pull was number 76 out of 100, 3 Wise Men. All right, and the one thing I do want to mention is, especially for new campers, if you have any questions, especially when it comes to orders or anything like that, make sure you're emailing support@cryptidcamp.com. That gets it to, one, it makes it acknowledge that's a support question, and it allows the team to get to who it needs to go to, instead of clogging up the Discord with questions about an order. Then you got to email the support anyway. It puts a delay on you getting the answer you need, and it also, I don't know, just email support@cryptidcamp.com if you have any questions or concerns, especially about order status and stuff like that, because we all know there had been a delay in the orders, but we want to see the growth moving forward. That's great. Other than that, make sure you check out cryptidcamp.com. They currently have the anniversary envelopes on sale. They have the patches on sale. They have the air fresheners on sale. The air fresheners are $1 a piece now. And they have, the Candy Golem, which when we get into that one, that's going to be fun because that, while hard to get into play, that is a very interesting card for gameplay. And we'll talk about that in the next one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you later. Keep on collecting.